When working with the barbell, the grip is often the limiting factor. The hook grip will drastically increase your ability to hang on to the barbell, and in this video we will show you everything you need to know about the hook grip. Now, what exactly is the hook grip? It's basically just a grip technique where we wrap our thumb around the barbell and then secure it either with the index finger or with the index finger and the middle finger. If done correctly, this increases your grip security. That means especially your ability to hold on to large loads securely without having them slip out of your hands, while also minimizing the fatigue you experience in your forearms, maybe even in your shoulders and the rest of your body. And then finally, transmit all of the force that your hips and legs develop to the barbell. If you're just starting out and have never used the hook grip before, you might experience some discomfort. And this is perfectly normal and fine, but over time you will adapt and the discomfort will get less and less as your thumbs are desensitizing. Another common issue with the hook grip when starting out is re-gripping during barbell cycling. Later on, we will give you some tips and tricks on how to get it right. Depending on the size of your hands and the size of barbell you're using, there might be some adjustments you want to make. And this is something we're going to show you in the next part. Now we're going to show you some things related to using the hook grip with the barbell, not only during your strength sessions, but also related to using the hook grip during workouts. The first thing is how to actually get the best hook grip possible. We want to wrap our thumb actually around the barbell as much as possible and then securing it with our middle finger and our index finger. And then what you're going to do is you try to pull it in around the barbell as much as possible. And this is usually what creates the discomfort in the first place. That's why we recommend starting out with a lighter load and then progressing over time. Especially if you have never used the hook grip before, you will experience maybe some discomfort in your thumb joint, maybe just some discomfort because of the compressive force acting on your thumb, and maybe even on the fingers that are wrapped around the thumb. But this will get better over time, I promise. To improve the security of your grip, we usually recommend using chalk. And if you apply chalk correctly, that will definitely enhance the ability of you to grab and hold on to the barbell, especially with the hook grip. So we don't want to only put chalk on the palm of our hand, but also on the thumb, because we're actually holding on to our thumb, and having some chalk there will definitely help us to get a better hook grip. Another thing we can do to improve the security of the hook grip is wrapping tape around the thumb. You can use generic zinc tape, but there's also special thumb tape that is easier to remove without any leftovers from your thumb after your session has finished. Now Anais is going to show you how to properly wrap your thumb. First of all, make sure the tape, the design of the tape is matching your fingernails. This will take some time and experience to figure out how many revolutions you want to wrap around, but it's as simple as that.
So what I figure out, because especially in summer, the tape is not sticky during all the session anymore because of the sweat, the grease and everything. So if you chalk a bit your thumb before putting the grip, it's better because it will take off the wet and the grease, and then it will stick all the session.
One of the most difficult things regarding the hook grip during a workout, for example, is releasing and then re-gripping during your actual set. This often happens on power cleans, for example, where we're not mobile enough in our front rack position to actually maintain the hook grip, so we have to open our hands. And that leads us to re-grip with the hook grip once we pop the bar from our shoulders. This takes some practice and definitely some time to develop. So we recommend starting with lighter loads and maybe not practicing it for the first time in a workout, but maybe start out in a warm-up, especially if you're not used to the hook grip from before, so you just get some practice. So here she's going to use the hook grip. She's performing the power clean. As you can see at the top, the hands are open, and then as she pops it off the shoulder, she's trying to re-grip into a secure hook grip. This requires correct timing for obvious reasons, because you don't want to misgrip the barbell and you don't want to lose it. As with everything, this just takes time and practice to develop, and as you get more comfortable with it, you can do it with more and more speed and also with heavier and heavier loads, and not only use it during the workouts but also for heavy barbell cycling. The final thing you can do to progress your hook grip over time is just a static hold with the barbell. When you do a deadlift or a dynamic movement, your thumbs experience a lot more force, and due to the dynamic nature of the movement, this can create much more discomfort. By just holding the barbell with increasing loads and increasing time, it's very easy to control how much load you put your thumbs under, and that way increase your resiliency in these positions or of your thumb tissue in general. This doesn't even need to be from the floor, this could be done from the rack or from the blocks with the hook grip, and now she's just going to hold it in this exact position. Again, when just starting out with the hook grip, focus on consistency first. You don't need to use it on all of your lifts right from the start, but maybe introduce one new lift a week where you implement the hook grip, and then increase your exposure over time. Maybe just start out during your warm-ups, then do the first couple of sets with the hook grip, and then eventually you start using it on everything you do. Now, if you're interested to learn about other aspects of weightlifting, you find some more videos up here, and in the description down below you will find a link to our programming that has some interesting progressions that allow you to consistently get better and better. Now, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.